Hi guys, welcome to Business Team. Welcome to the Property Cooperative. Today we're going to show you three things. First one, how to own property yourself. Great idea. Second one, how to make profit from property sales. Not done by you, but done by the cooperative. Third one is how to earn money with the cooperative by becoming a marketer and helping to share and expand the co-op membership by marketing. So step number one, join the co-op, become a member, become part of a team. And this is about making a commitment to the organization and also to yourself for your own future. The co-op subscriptions are annual subscription. It's only 250 rands a year, small amount of money, and it opens up the door to many good things for you. So once you become a member, a co-op member, then step number two, you become a marketer for the co-op. We have a small training program that teaches you what to do. Starts by filling in an application form. You can download the form from the co-op website, or we can email one to you if you make an email request. Fill it in completely, don't leave anything out. All this information goes into the database, the marketer database. The marketer registration is 250 rands. It's a one-time payment. So at the beginning, you become a member of the co-op, 250 rands. And when you register as a marketer, do your training, you go into the marketer database, and that's a one-time payment of 250 rands. So when you're a marketer, what do? You start working. So come to the training. The training's online, and we show you how to work step by step. It's quite a simple process, because what you're going to focus on is doing 3 sales. That's 3 subscriptions. We grow the co-op by marketers promoting the benefits of the co-op to other people, and then those other people also join and become marketers in exactly the same way. So you get paid for marketing. And you get paid for marketing co-op subscriptions and also the shares of the co-op. We have 10,000 shares in the co-op. These are the property shares that we use. The money from those shares we use for buying the properties that we all owned jointly. So co-op members become marketers. And then when you're a marketer, you can make sales of co-op subscriptions and shares, and you get paid for doing this. The co-op marketing system is called Power of 3 Marketing. This is our logo, and the logo tells you more or less what this is all about. So here's your little team of 1, 2, 3 marketers, people who you subscribed into the co-op, and you're forming a team, okay? And then you're going to move on forward in your life. So this is all about doing 3 sales. Become a member of the co-op, become a marketer, come to the training, and then do 3 sales. So build a team of 3 and then work with each of those 3 new subscribed members to duplicate the process for each of them. So this is all about mentoring. So let's take a look at the bonuses now. Power of 3 bonuses. You earn money from subscription sales, that's bringing new members and expanding the co-op, and also the sale of shares. What's the reason why you would join a co-op? The main reason why we have the co-op is so that we can own property and enter into the property market. So how you own that property is by the purchase of a property share, one of the 10,000, or as many shares as you can obtain before all those shares are sold. Okay, so when we talk about sales of shares, really it's about the acquisition by members of personal shares. Those things are all recorded, and if that member who purchased that share and acquired that share was subscribed by you, then you are eligible to receive a special bonus because that constitutes the sale of a share by the co-op. Okay. So these are personal bonuses. A personal bonus means a bonus that comes to you for work that you did yourself, just like having a job, okay? But the co-op goes much, much further than that, because the power of 3 concepts the power of three concept that we have also includes an additional bonuses, and it's a leverage component. That means you don't only get paid for what you do, you also get paid for the sale of your team members. These are people that have been mentored by you. So here's you, here's your initial team of three, power of three, you're working with them. When you get paid, in fact, for work for the subscriptions and the sale and your personal sales, but you also get paid a leverage income from the work that they do. When those guys do subscriptions, you get paid as well as them. And when those guys have other members who acquire property shares, they get paid and you get paid. So this applies to team sales and subscription sales of shares and subscriptions. So, hey, this is good. Let us see how that works. Let us first look at the subscription bonuses. So this happens every time a new member joins the co-op. Then they pay a subscription, a membership, 250 rands. Okay. Now, 150 rands of that goes into the co-op administration, and there's 100 rands left, and that becomes a bonus. And you get paid that bonus. But that bonus starts not on the first, not on the second. Remember, this is called power of three. Okay. It starts on the third subscription. So here's you now, you've done your 1, 2, 3 subscriptions of new members. They've paid their 250 rands each into the co-op. And your third member, on your third subscription, you get paid the 100 rands, a 100 rands commission. Okay. But now look what happens. Leverage income accrues from here, from that third subscribed member. When that person follows suit and does 1, 2, 3 subscriptions, that person gets paid the 100 rands the same as you did. But the 100 rands that's gone into the co-op for the first and second sale didn't get paid out. It gets paid out to you. So from your third subscribed member, when that person does their first and second subscription, you get paid 2 times 100 rands, 200 rands. And when those two people repeat that process through the mentoring program, 4 bonuses are generated for you. And when they repeat that, 8 bonuses, 16 bonuses, 30, 64 bonuses, and so on. So you can see even from a small amount that's put aside from each subscription bonuses can accumulate to a substantial amount of money. And the nice thing with subscription bonuses, guys, is there's no cutoff. It's an unlimited depth. Okay. This goes on, it's unlimited depth. So this is subscription bonuses on the power of 3. Now let's take a look at the shares. How does the shares work? Okay. So this is the chart that shows the bonuses for the property shares. Now the bonus is paid on the first share acquired by all members, but on the first share. Okay. Now, when that first person that you subscribed into the co-op, when that person acquires their first share, you get paid 750 rands. Now, when can this happen? It might happen right at the beginning when that person comes on board and they have money in the bank and they buy that first share. Generally, that doesn't happen. It comes a little bit later. So once the person has earned some money, or they decide now is the right time to do it, and they acquire their first share, it might be 2 months, 3 months, 6 months from now, but it always will happen. As soon as that happens, then you get paid 750 rands. And the same thing from the second person you subscribed, 750 rands. Now, remember power of 3. When your third person acquires their first share, you get an increase, a bonus increase of 500 rands extra. And your bonus is 1,250 rands. So just from your power of 3, 1, 2, 3, this is the bonus structure that you get. It's 2,750 rands of commission from the shares when those 1, 2, 3 acquire their first share. But guys, there's no need to stop there. Don't forget, this is power of 3, but you can, once you learn it and you apply it, There's no reason to stop at 3. You can continue. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So just coming back to 3 on your third person. Remember now that person subscribed to 3 other people. And when they acquire their first share, you get paid the difference between the $12.50 and the $7.50 on each one because it's held in abeyance in the co-op commission fund. And it's there waiting for you. So 2 times 500 rands is 1,000 rands of commission that comes to you when these events occur. And when those 2 people do their first 2 subscriptions and those first 2 subscriptions buy their share, 2,000 rands. And then 8 bonuses, 16 bonuses, 32 bonuses. Hey, this is nice money now. When you add this up on the bonus for the acquisition of shares, 33,750 rands of bonuses come in leverage at some period of time as those shares are acquired, and it comes into your bank account. Okay. So just recap there. What did you do? You subscribed 3 people, you worked with those 3 people, you got paid subscription bonuses, you started an in-depth and limited depth income stream on the subscription sales that will come to you continuously. And at the same time, sometime, maybe from the beginning, maybe a little bit in the future, when the shares are acquired, this set of bonuses then accrue to you. This is a great way. Okay. Perfect stuff. What you're going to do with the money, guys, use it to buy more shares. Okay, use it to buy more shares. Now, the share commissions cut off at level 5. What happens after level 5 is interesting because those 32 people, they're new people and they're just going to continue working and more members will acquire shares. After level 5, any bonuses that would normally accrue from the sale of the shares goes directly into the co-op property portfolio for the purchase of properties, for the funds to purchase properties, and that's owned by everybody. So even after this personal income stops here, the benefits of this process continue to benefit everybody in the co-op. Now let's talk a little bit about the co-op itself. It's called a consumer co-op. That's the type of co-op. It means that everything that happens within the co-op has to be for the benefit of the members. This is not a profit-making business in its own right. Everything that's generated is for the benefit of the members themselves, okay? So anything that's owned by the co-op belongs to the members, and a portion of it will belong to you on the properties in proportion to your shareholding. So like I said before, don't spend this money on shoes and handbags and beer, okay? Use it to buy property shares. So there's a summary now of those 2 bonuses. Subscription bonuses start from your 3rd sale, not the 1st, not the 2nd. Share bonuses start from your 1st sale, but they increase on your 3rd one, okay? And its leverage bonuses start from sales done by your 3rd marketer on subscriptions, and leverage bonuses, not personal, leverage bonuses start from your 3rd marketer also on your shares, okay? And remember that the shares sales bonuses only go 5 levels deep, subscription bonuses infinitely deep. So when you get your share, this is step number 4. So step number 1, join the co-op. Step number 2, become a marketer. Step number 3, do your 3 sales. Step number 4, buy your first share, because this share represents your ownership in the property portfolio of the cooperative, and benefits will accrue to you in proportion to your shareholding. Work that you do as a marketer is your personal work and your teamwork. That's not to do with property. That's to do with you working properly as a marketer and working with your team. The properties side of it is done by the co-op, not by you. So imagine if you go to your job on Monday and you tell your boss that from today onwards, I'm not working for your company. Your company has to work for me. And all work done by your company I have to get paid by your company, and your company mustn't make any profit. What will your boss do? Well, that's the unique difference between this co-op and every single other thing that you've ever done, because that's how this co-op works. It's a consumer co-op where everything that's done by the co-op is for the benefit of the members. It's not about the company. Okay, so this starts your property portfolio once you own this share. The first share is 4,750 rands, and all subsequent shares are 3,500 rands. So work through your bonuses, get your money organized. Step number 4, buy your first share. And then as you're making money, buy more. Buy them at that reduced rate, 3,500 rands. We have 10,000 shares, guys. Once those 10,000 shares are gone, the co-op operation is closed, and then it's just about the work of the co-op coming to you. Okay, so it's important that you acquire as many shares as you can in that interim period. So let us look at what happens after 3. So don't stop at 3. Just continue. There's nothing to stop you. You can go, once you've learned how to do this, it becomes easy to move it on. Let's go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40. It's up to you and how busy you want to be. But there's no limit to the number of subscriptions that you can do. And each one from 3, from the second one on, you get paid that 100 rands personal bonus. So 100 for the third, 100 for the fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. But the most important thing with subscriptions is each new member, 4th, 5th, 6th, when they become a marketer and start working, this generates a new income stream for you. So just on this chart here, you don't just have one income stream developing, you have 4 income streams developing. So there's nothing better to have multiple streams of income. Many people generating income for themselves and for you at the same time. Good idea. Personal income for what you do, leverage income coming from work from the team members that you've mentored and trained. So let us take a look at the shares. Exactly the same thing's going to happen. There's your personal work, 1, 2, 3. There's no reason why you can't go 4, 5, 6. There's no limit on that. You can subscribe as many people as you want, and eventually those guys will acquire their first share. And when that happens, you're going to get paid. And here you've got another set of income streams developing, multiple streams of income from the shares. But this is much bigger. It cuts off at the 5th level, but it's much bigger. So it goes to 1,000 for the first 2, then 2, 4, 6, 8, 33,000 rands in every income stream. And you can build as many of these income streams as you wish. So this is great extra income from part-time work. So you're not going to be working here like you work at your job. This is part-time work, doesn't take a lot of time, but it generates a full-time income from part-time work. So what do you do with that money, guys? Buy more shares, increase your property ownership. The subsequent shares are only 3,500 rands each. So as you're making that money, buy the shares. So what do we do with the money from the shares? The co-op itself now will buy property. And that property is owned by the co-op. But the co-op is a consumer co-op, and everything that the co-op owns belongs to you as a member. Okay, so what's the co-op doing while you're busy doing your work? The co-op is busy buying property, upgrading property, and selling property. So now we're making money in the property market as a developer. You're buying, upgrading, and selling. And this work's being done as if it was being done by your company who keeps the profit. Now it's being done by the co-op that you own, and the profit's going to get shared back to you. So the co-op does sales, the co-op makes profit. That profit can't stay with the co-op. It comes and it gets distributed back to the members whose shares were used to purchase those particular properties. Now, how many of those can we do? We can do lots. We can do small ones or bigger ones. We can do 5 a year, 10 a year, 20 a year. And this will turn over and over and over, and it will be a continuous process. And this will generate continuous mid-term income. So your shares, your work that you do yourself, your subscription bonuses, your share bonuses, that's short-term income. The property sales ongoing from the co-op, that's going to give you medium-term income. So what's going to happen? So all this, the profits from all of this work done by the co-op comes back to you, but it comes in two ways now. 85% of the profits gets paid but directly back to the members. And that's the members whose shares were used, excuse me, were used to buy those particular properties. The other 15% goes into your portfolio fund. And that portfolio fund is there to purchase properties that are not for sale, retained properties. So 15% of the ongoing property sales goes into retained properties, and those build a portfolio fund, and that is for long-term leasing and appreciation of the property in the property market. And guys, this now is what the co-op is all about. All of the things we've spoken about beforehand leads to this. This is the purpose of the co-op: property ownership and taking advantage of the natural growth of the property market. All of the bonuses, the subscription bonuses, the share bonuses, those all work for the marketers to do to enable them to acquire the shares so that they can do this, what we're talking about right now. And here's the basic fact. If you don't own property, you and your family will get left behind. And that's what the co-op can change. It can bring every single person into the property market. People can't get into the market these days because it's too expensive. They can't afford it. They don't earn enough money to even make a deposit. But as a cooperative, we can do this. You can't do it alone, but as a co-op, we can raise money together in this way by share ownership, and we can enter the property market as an organization. This is a great way to secure your future. And that's the most important thing. The future of your children and their children. This is a great way to do it. So let's take a look at what we mean by appreciation in the property market. This is a graph from ABSA. It's a 20-year appreciation. It goes from 1995 to 2015. It's a little bit out of date, but the principle remains the same. And this was for a 3-bedroom house in Durban. In 1995, you could buy that house, very nice house, double garage and a swimming pool, 250,000 rands. And year by year, because of the natural growth of the market, the value of that property is increased. This is called appreciation. And it goes up and up and up and up. And even here where you see in 2000, 2008, where we had that huge crisis all over the world in the housing market, it still went up. Slower, but it still went up. And at 2015, that very same property, just by the virtue of ownership, the person who owned that property, to a value of 1.8 million, from 250,000 to 1.8 million. So ask yourself, did you miss this? And if you missed it, it's because you were not in the market. And this is the most important thing, being in the property market. This is what the co-op is all about. This is why we made the co-op, to enable ordinary people now to get into the market. Now the co-op has 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares gives us 35 million rands. So when this co-op is fully subscribed, in the co-op coffers will be a minimum amount of 35 million rands, and that'll be for use in the property market. Now, fast forward now 20 years on the very same graph. Fast forward 20 years, that will bring a portfolio of 250 million rands. So this is real money. This is real security, and it's real growth. And it will give the financial security that most people look for, and it'll be for you, for your children, and even for your grandchildren. And the property cooperative will eventually become a very major mover in the property market. So what can we do with this money? With that kind of money, we can buy land and build, we can buy offices. There's so many options. Once you've got the cash available, then you can do all sorts of things as you see bargains coming into the market. It's amazing what you can do. We can buy flats, upmarket apartments, get great rental income for these things. So this is why we made the co-op. Let us just look back now. Power of three. We've got three kinds of income coming. We've got cash flow income, we've got profits from sales, and we've got profits from investment, dividends and appreciation. And all of this is coming to every member by their own work, by the work of the members jointly as a team, and by the work of the co-op within the property market. So power of three works for you. Instead of you just working for your company, you've now got the company, because you own it, working for you. So many people around the world have created wealth with programs just like this one. So the question is, why not you? How far do you want to go? You know, the co-op can take you as far as you want to go. You might just want to make an extra top-up of income into your family. That's okay, you can do that. It's not the purpose of the co-op. It's a stepping stone within the co-op. If you want to go further and develop personal development, we have all kinds of personal development programs. If you want to become a team leader, there's extra bonuses for that we haven't gone into here. But that's about you as a person. This is about long-term security for your family, but it gives you as an individual the opportunity to do all kinds of new things, new experiences, traveling, all kinds of stuff, to develop a new way of life. Guys, this isn't quick. It's not going to happen this week, next month. This is something and a program to work on for the next few years, okay? And I'd say minimum 5 years. Focus on that, get it in your mind. That time goes very quickly. Now, when we registered this co-op, we registered it as a .com. And sometimes people ask us, why didn't we register as a .co.za? Well, there's a special reason for that, and it's called the depreciating currency. Because when we're owning property, we have to look at the value of that property in the future. And if it's escalating in value in rands, that's great. But what's the rand doing in terms of international currencies? It's depreciating. So we made a .com so that we can acquire property outside of South Africa. And this is why. Financial security has to include currency protection. This is the history of our currency. 1984, the UK pound, you could buy 1 UK pound with 2 rands. The rand was strong. In 1994, that 1 pound would have cost us 5 rands. So in 10 years, it had depreciated by 200%, almost. In 2020, look at this, 2020, it takes 23 rands to buy 1 pound. 23 rands to buy 1 pound. So what's that going to be like in 2030 and 2040 and 2050? We don't know. The point is that financial security has to include currency protection. And earning pounds and earning dollars and earning other currencies is a really good idea. And that's why we made .com. So we can expand this anywhere around the world. Even we can have subscriptions and co-ops for overseas members. Doesn't make any difference so long as we can pay them a way to pay them their bonuses. That's all that matters. But this can be a worldwide thing. So let's take a look at something typical that would be in the UK. So this is a UK property that's for sale. And these are open to us. This one's just outside of London. It's a big piece of ground, zoned agricultural. So what the company in the UK does, it will buy the agricultural land, have to do doing some serious investigating with the local authorities on the possible future for that ground. But converting from agricultural property to residential property, yeah, and they buy them, subdivide them into small lots. They're only small size properties, 250 square meters or so, and then they put those up for sale. They retain half of the property for themselves to work with and develop, and the balance of the property, the other 50%, they sell in the open market. And we can acquire one of these sites at this time for about 190 to 250,000 rands, depending on the size of the particular site. Look at the profits that will generate from this. In 5 to 6 years, and that's the time frame that we must talk about, on the sale of that to a developer in the market, £44,000 of profit. Now that's not rands, that's pounds. You remember currently we're on 23 rands for every pound. So that's more than 1 million rands profit on a tiny site, okay? And we don't even know what the exchange rate will be in 5 to 6 years. It could be even more. So we can acquire things like this, and we can do this in different countries. And at the moment, we're investigating all kinds of things in different countries to incorporate into the co-op property portfolio. So guys, I'm sure you can see this is something quite different. It's very interesting. It's exciting. And have a look where it can lead us. You know, life can be very different. Once you've got these things in place, life can be very different. It can be quite wonderful, in fact. Oh, there's our website, www.btpcoop.com. So go there, have a look at the website. There's a lot more information. There's application forms that you can download from there. You can make inquiries on the website, and then just look forward to the future. And one Monday morning, when everybody else is going off to work in their taxis and hurrying in the traffic, this could be you strolling down the beach. So guys, think about this. Get back to us as soon as you can. Go to the website, make the download, and let's get busy building a property portfolio. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.